Hi guys, today we'll see exactly how much protein you can absorb in a single meal. First of all, I just want to make clear that I'm not biased. I'm not paid by any company, by any supplement brand to sell you anything. So my advice is just purely based on scientific literature and on my own experience, right? Because science doesn't always work. That being said, let's get straight to the point. There's a lot of misconception in the fitness industry. There's a lot of myth or false information concerning protein and how much protein you can eat in one sitting. Some people think that there's a limit. Some people think that you can absorb only like 30 or 40 grams of protein every 3 hours, but that's just BS. It's very important that you understand that the human body is extremely smart, smarter than you think. So if you eat 80 grams of protein in one sitting, you'll be able to use those 80 grams of protein. You're not gonna just pee out 40 grams of protein and just use half of it. No, you're gonna use the 80 grams of protein. Think about our ancestors. Our ancestors, they were only eating once a day or once every 2 days when the hunt was successful, when they actually killed an animal. But other than that, they weren't eating at all. And humans have done that for millions of years, right? So of course we're adapted to eating loads of protein in just one meal. There's scientific evidence showing this. There's a pretty recent study, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, that compared a group that was eating 40 grams of protein in one meal and another group that was eating 100 grams of protein in one meal. And they showed that you can use 100 grams of protein. In fact, the title of the study is pretty straightforward. It's something like protein synthesis has no upper limits in magnitude and duration, something like this. So it's pretty clear that protein synthesis is not limited, right? Humans are extremely adapted. So that's science, but I can tell you also that based on my own experience, eating large amounts of protein in one meal is not a problem. I've been doing some kind of intermittent fasting. I've been eating only twice a day for a year and a half now, and I've grown a lot of muscle doing that, right? I only eat twice a day, so each of my meals is composed of about 80 grams of protein. So I eat 80 grams of protein in one meal at lunch and for dinner, and I've grown a lot of muscle and I've gained a lot of strength doing that, so don't worry. Now, I could have eaten 5 times a day all that time, right? It would have been a problem. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. Of course it works, but it's just not optimal for my lifestyle. I find intermittent fasting awesome. By the way, you should all start intermittent fasting because it has many benefits and it's not a problem with lifting. It's not a problem at all with trying to gain weight and to gain strength. So don't worry. So to recap, to sum up pretty quickly, it makes sense that we can eat large amounts of protein in one meal because we're humans, we're really adapted. There's also scientific evidence showing that protein synthesis has no limit, and I can tell you based on my own experience that it works. So based on logic, on science, and on my own experience, protein synthesis has no limits, so just eat however many grams of protein you want in a meal and you're gonna be perfectly fine. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. You can leave a like, you can subscribe to my channel as well, click the bell button, it's the best way to support me. You can also leave a comment if you want, and I see you next time.